the Stinky Popcorn Boys.
We watch movies and eat popcorn. And are stinky.
Hello. We are the Stinky Popcorn Boys. Three boys talking about movies and how they made us feel. I am Patrick Basquel, and I'm a sucker for nostalgic bullshit.
I am John Gilardi, and I like to rock. That is so cheesy.
And my name's Christian, even though I'm not religious. And this episode, we are going to sing and dance the entire time. Because we're talking about
our favorite movie musicals or musical movies or movies with music.
Yeah.
Somehow more a part of it than just background. We're talking about diegetic music.
Or musicals.
Yeah.
I don't know if you already mentioned music. Okay. So yeah, we each brought our favorite musical, air quotes.
Yep.
I don't know if it really air quotes are necessary, but we each brought our favorite musical, and we'll jump in with Christian's musical first. What did you bring into the equation?
So my musical was Schindler's List. It's a great musical. That was a joke. It landed on Patrick. My musical
I did my classic. Oh God!
I think
whenever Christian says something edgy,
butthole clench.
If we're starting with me, I think I've got the best musical of all time. It is The Newsies, starring Christian Bale.
Ooh.
It's Disney. It's on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it before, I strongly suggest it.
It's on Disney Plus?
It is.
Oh.
just a bunch of skinny boys. It looks like
Skinny boys dancing.
yeah.
Oh, a lot of cute skinny boys.
Dancing
I will
on
say
rooftops.
I have not seen this, so I'll have to participate in the conversation.
I would
limitedly.
It's
give
based
us
on
a
a true
tweet.
story.
Go ahead.
It is based on the true story of the Newsies strike. If you don't know what a newsie is, it's a little boy, a little skinny cute boy who used to sell paper on the street, like newspapers on the street.
Read all
back
about
in like
it.
the
Hello, Governor. Want to
Something?
buy a piece of paper with the latest news on it?
Exactly. Extra, read all about it. It's the true story of all those guys going on strike because, oh God, I just burped. Oh, that hurt.
What does it taste like?
Sorry. It tasted like the
Christian Bale.
Chick-fil-A I had for lunch.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What did you have
that
for
was
lunch?
bad. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but like, what was your
Anyways,
order?
back to the Newsies. So it's a beautiful story of these Newsies going on strike and trying to get their money, get their pay. And they do it through beautiful song and dance. Christian Bale is not a great singer. He's not a great dancer, but he is an incredible actor, as we all know. And he sells the movie, and it's incredible.
When did this come out?
1992.
Oh, that was the year I was born.
Yeah. You might not... Wait, when did it come out? You might not have been born yet.
Ooh.
We have to know. Newsies,
Christian Bale looks-
1992 film.
He looks young, but I guess he just has an old face.
Well, I
Or
feel like
it's really defined. He has a very structured face, I guess.
it's kind of like, it is funny too. I had this thought as we were talking about Memento last week, and I was looking at Carrie Ann Fisher, and now that not Carrie Ann Fisher, Carrie Ann Moss.
I think I said that too. I said Carrie Fisher.
But Carrie, see, having seen Carrie Ann Moss's face like now, even when I see her younger, and the same thing with like Christian Bale, it's like even though I've seen her younger, I see her older face on a younger body. I don't know. It's like I've seen your future.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay,
I
yeah,
know where
maybe
you are.
maybe that's what I'm seeing.
You're like projecting it onto that person.
I know what you mean. Also, going off that, there's a great scene in the Newsies where Christian Bale's character, whose name's Jack Kelly, he saves his love interest in an alleyway from these two bullies, the Lancey brothers. And everybody who lives in New York and is selling papes, they know they're the Lancey brothers. They're causing trouble. They're stirring up all sorts of mischief. And
Thank good
Jack
news.
Kelly swoops in And it was like a real pre-Batman type scene because she's in this alleyway. Her little brother's getting beat up by the Delancey brothers, and he swoops in and he saves her and he beats him up. One of the guys even got brass knuckles. And
are there any fan theories that this is a prequel or some kind of same shares universe as the Dark Knight?
I would like to think so. If
or
not,
or
I'm
Empire
going
of
to
the
come up
Sun?
with that fan theory right now.
I think Empire of the Sun feels good to me.
Yeah, I think it fits more.
This is what Christian
That's
Bale's-
also a great movie.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that film.
Haven't seen that picture?
I haven't seen that. I ain't seen that picture.
So, Christian, tell us more about this and how it made you feel.
How did it make you feel,
What?
bud?
Dude, I mean, my favorite song in the whole movie is Santa Fe.
It's the best.
This
Song.
beautiful song just about this kid, Jack Kelly. It's me, Jack Kelly. You know, every day I go to work. I sell paper for the man, and I ain't making much dollar. And I'm just, I'm selling paper. But at night, I look up at the stars, and I think about a beautiful place called Santa Fe.
Oh wow.
Are you there? Do you swear you'll let me sing this song and hijack this podcast while I sing away? It is... I'm going to stop right there.
No. Keep going. That was beautiful.
It's a beautiful song about just being a dreamer. Just looking to the stars and seeing your dreams. So Jack is has this dream of stealing away to Santa Fe, and he lies to all his fellow Newsies that he has family waiting for him in Santa Fe, but he really doesn't.
He ain't got
He
no
has
one.
nothing. He ain't got nobody. He's only got himself. I got to fend for myself.
Ain't got
And
nobody.
he's-
What about Crutchy? What about Crutchy though?
Dude, Crutchy. Oh, Crutchy is oh man.
Naming conventions.
Dude, when Crutchy is locked up and he's like, nobody's beating me up here, Jack.
Ugh.
Oh, dude, this movie's so good. But I guess to sum it up, because I really don't know what else to say about this movie other than
got
it's
time.
great. I
And
love.
also, I'm not convinced why it's so good. You haven't infectiously
Have you
convinced me
seen
why
the-
it's quality.
Why is it your favorite? Why did you pick this one? Like, when was the first time you saw it?
First time I saw it, I was in high school, and my mom made me watch it. She didn't make me watch it, but she was like, "You're gonna love this. It's a fun movie." My mom just always had a crush on Christian Bale.
Reasonable.
So yeah, of course.
Any relation
Who
to why
doesn't?
you're named Christian?
Ooh.
Oh, for sure. Oh, 100%. I mean,
Wait,
that should
so
go
you're
without
named after
saying.
Christian Bale? Is that real?
Dude, that might be true. Because my mom also convinced me to watch Empire of the Sun.
Maybe she wanted you to emulate Christian Bale. Like, she was like, all right, if I name him Christian Bale, he's like, he'll be first on the list. It's, his last name starts with A. So people will go Christian, and then he'll be on the top of the list and ahead of Christian Bale. And it's the same amount of letters. They have the same amount of letters in their last name. So if I name him Christian, he'll slowly become the better version of Christian Bale.
Oh my God.
That's
it. That's what.
Are you my mom?
Yes.
That's what Nancy,
Hi.
Dude,
Love you.
Mrs. Ames, was thinking.
For real, I think that was my mom's chain of thought. Train of thought.
It's a chain train.
It's a chain train.
Your mom
how
made
do
you
I
watch
sell
this.
you on this movie, John? How do I
I don't
sell
know.
you on
Your mom made you watch this. Where were you going? What came after that?
I was just chilling at home, and my mom had the DVD, and on the cover of the DVD it has Christian Bale dancing, being beautiful.
What
And
point
I
did you know you
begrudgingly
loved it?
watched it, and I just fell in love with it. It's really hard to put into words what is good about this movie. It's because, again, Christian Bale is not a great singer. He's not a great dancer, but he's such a good actor. He sells it. When he's singing Santa Fe, it's not really it's not that easy on the ears, but the way he performs it, the way he delivers it is so beautiful. And he's looking up at the sky and he's just like, man, I gotta find my place in this world.
There's something really nice about people singing, like, emotionally, like, because I think that's one of the things I remember about Newsies is that especially that version that you're talking about, where it's like a movie rather than the filmed version of the musical. And and there's something that like a good actor like Christian Bale singing a good song, not like just fine, but he's like there's a reason he's singing it. It's because he's so overcome with emotion. And it's like, I feel like that was one of the times I was like, okay, you don't have to hit every note. You can just, feel every second of it. Feel every word.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing I love about this, and just movie musicals in general, was the sound mixing. And like, huge applause to all the sound mixers. Like, making it sound like it's in the world, simultaneously making it musical. So like, you want, when they're singing on the street and they're going on strike and they're all singing about how we ain't getting no money for our papes and blah blah blah, and making it sound like it's there in the town square, but also making it a song was just really cool. And incorporating like the tap dancing and like they got all sorts of percussive stuff going on. And mixing so many voices, too. They've got so many voices going on.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Jeremy Jordan version? Like the one that was, I think it was on Netflix for a second. That was like the Broadway the Broadway show.
And I watched it when I've only seen his Santa Fe version. And I started watching it thinking I was going to hate it just because it wasn't the original, but he totally made it his own, and it was so beautiful. Like, again, going back to how he emotes, it's not just about singing a song. It's not just about, Santa Fe, I have a beautiful voice. Somebody stop me from singing this whole song. Someone stop me right now. I will sing the whole song. But it's not just about that. Jeremy Jordan just gets into it. Oh, Crutchy's he's crying. Crutchy's beat up on the streets, but I gotta help my buddies.
That's why.
And that's.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
I feel like that's where it's it's a performance.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
The all-encompassing word, and it's not a sing-song performance. I don't know how to articulate it, but it's an all-encompassing performance compared to just
John, you need to sing it. Sing what you feel. This is a musical episode. Sing it.
No.
He doesn't know the song. I would say too.
Yeah, sing the song, John.
Sing the song that you don't know.
No, I'm not saying sing Santa Fe.
I know you're telling me to sing out what I'm trying to say,
sing out
so that
what
I
you're trying
can
to say.
express it.
Sing what you're trying to say. But I would say too, there's like an element of like nostalgia and simplicity in Newsies. Like, I think I saw it in 7th grade or something, or I don't know. It was in school. We definitely watched it in one of my chorus classes, and like it's like oh my gosh, that's me. That's me doing that. And like the fact that it's not perfect when Christian Bale is singing, or they're moving around and like it's like not perfect and they're joking with each other, is like that was one of the things that I remember from it, like sort of like the real rawness of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Also everybody instantly identifies with Jack. Which, of course, I mean,
he's a hero.
We all do. We're all
Jack is Christian Bale's character.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the hot guy at the center of the story, and I've got dreams that I haven't realized yet, and I'm so hot, and I'm good at singing, and I'm good at dancing, even though I'm gonna watch this movie again in 10 years and realize I'm not that good at singing, and I'm not that good at dancing.
Does he carry the performance like he's the shit?
He is the shit. He's Jack Kelly. Man, John, you gotta watch it.
I think he's the shit.
He's Jack Kelly. He could sell you on anything. He can sell you on his bad dancing, his bad singing. He's the shit.
So do they win the strike?
Proverbial
I
shit.
love it. And I also will say too, for those people who are listening, who maybe are theater people, it's like Santa Fe is a really good like first or second audition song. Like, you know, it's a little bit played out, but like it's a song that's a lot of fun to sing. I don't know who this is for. I don't know anything, but I'm throwing it out there into the world that Santa Fe, it's like, you can sing it really well, but it also allows you to kind of perform a monologue as well. So if you're auditioning at like a cattle call, you know, maybe that's one to pull out, but have something in your back pocket.
Couldn't agree with that more, because the song goes through so many motions. It starts with dreaming, then it's actualizing those dreams, and then it's, I'm here, I'm living it, and then at the end, it just goes right back to, nope, that didn't happen.
Yeah, there's a realization of like, but I'm here now, and those are all just fantasy. Yep. Man. So your favorite musical is Santa Fe the Songs, as sung by Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, are you there? Christopher Nolan will hire you in Batman. You will do a great job, better than Ben Affleck. Okay, I gotta stop. Somebody, so next musical.
You got 3.5 more minutes allotted. Technically,
how do you like the
actually.
Dancing? What is your rating of
it? This is your favorite musical of all time. You should be able to talk about it.
So, okay, well, all right. The dancing is great. And here's the other great thing about this musical is that they sprinkle it with Christian Bale. They know how to season it with the lead actor, but the main, like the cooked meal is just good voices, good singers, good dancers. That's what makes it so good. Like the big dancing scenes, like in the town square and stuff, it's all fantastic, phenomenal dancers, incredible singers. I know from experience, when you're mixing a bunch of people into a choral, like a choral mix, you don't even mix in the shitty singers. You get rid of them. You just take a couple takes of the good singers and put them in, and they do that, which makes it more cohesive, makes it sound good. So that's what makes the big like choir, like group songs sound so fantastic. The dancing is awesome. I mean, it's Disney. They have all the money in the world, and they've always had all the money in the world. So of course it's gonna look phenomenal.
Yeah, that's something I noticed I'm just playing clips, and Christian Bale is in front and center in a lot of the ensemble sections, which is pretty interesting.
Because he can't dance.
This almost makes it like I was like hunting for him, like trying to pick him out of the crowd.
It's because he can't dance.
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing, and you kind of touched on what Christian mentioned about how he's sprinkled in there, which I guess is maybe because he can't dance.
Probably.
I don't know.
I mean,
he's not a bad dancer. He's just not
clip.
great. But same thing with a boy band. Like boy bands, unless you're Justin Timberlake, like in sync, all those guys could dance. But Backstreet Boys, those guys aren't the greatest dancers. But when they're dancing together in sync, pun intended, right there, major pun intended, they look better just because they're in a group. So when you have the group dancing together, and then you just spritz a little Christian Bale in there in front, it's gonna look great.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's not my opinion. That's fact. It just looks better when everybody's doing it together. It looks better.
Yeah, and then because that's the thing too. It's like in my years of doing musicals, like, you know, I was always put in the middle or the back because, you know, and at that point all you have to do is kind of like do the motions. So that like if your hands go up with everybody else, it looks like you're doing the dancing, unless somebody's really paying attention to your feet. You know, you just have to move with everybody else, because then it's like a school of fish where the people on the front kind of like pull you forward because they're doing focus and you just complete the image.
Exactly.
Huh.
Exactly.
You're not dancing for Beyonce's music videos like that, though.
No, she would beat the shit out of me.
Well, Beyonce is she's a different character.
Christian, how many what rating time? How do you break this down to a score?
My rating.
Yeah.
And how often will you watch this movie again?
I will watch this movie probably once every 2 years for the rest of my life.
Okay.
I will give it an 8 tap dance clicks out of 10.
Interesting.
That's how
Is
much
there
I
a
love
musical
this.
out there that is a 9 to you, or is this the highest?
Musical movie?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because I think, well, out of musical movies, it gets a 10 tap dance taps out of
Okay.
10. But
Interesting.
as a movie itself, it gets 8.
Okay.
Because I don't, if that answers your
That
question.
tracks. That tracks.
So the subtext there is you hate musicals.
Ooh.
No,
I'm kidding.
it's just
I
two
will-
tap dance taps below other
I know.
movies.
I got you.
Well, I do think that musicals in general are this kind of goes into my point later. Is like, this musicals in general are tough to translate into movies because a lot of it is like the energy that you're doing, and the energy of the audience is there with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I mean, it is detached by default compared to a theater production
Yeah.
or like actual going to a stage theater.
Yeah. Actually
I guess that's
being
something
there.
that's a pickup. Yeah.
Like actually being like imagine how hype you are watching Christian Bale scream, yell, sing Santa Fe, and then imagine if you saw someone do it live, like just hanging off of a balcony with just in there with him yelling, screaming, singing at you.
I'm not picturing someone. I'm picturing Jeremy Jordan, who is so hot. He is
Jeremy
such a
Renner?
hot boy. Oh
No,
God.
Jeremy Jordan.
Jeremy Renner.
That would be an interesting if you cast Jeremy Renner as Jack Kelly and then had everybody else be age appropriate, and you just had Jeremy Renner play a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah.
There's something there.
That
Oh,
image
also,
just cracked me up.
Before we move on, I had one more joke. I had a buddy who also loves the Newsies, and at the beginning of Santa Fe, in the movie, Christian Bale sings, "So that's what they call a family, mother, daughter, father, son." And my buddy reinvented it with, "So that's what they call a family, dad, 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 dad." And I thought that was very, very progressive of him. So that's where I'll leave off on
All right.
the Newsies.
Thank you,
Okay.
Christian.
Yeah.
Well, I am gonna mix it up with my selection. I went
Ooh.
with Tenacious D's Pick of Destiny.
Ooh, tell us that sweet
Um,
synopsis.
So it's a movie. Part of what I like about it is its simplicity and its obnoxiousness with how simple it is. But it's a movie about the formation of Tenacious D, which is Jack Black and Kyle Gass. If you heard the song Tribute, you've heard them. Most of you probably know who Jack Black is. He also has a band. And so the whole movie is about their formation and how Jack Black moves to Hollywood and he finds Kyle and they kind of become friends and they want to rock. Like happiness comes to Jack Black's character. I guess his name's Jack, JB, through rock. So they go on this journey and they learn through Ben Stiller, who works at Guitar Center,
Oh,
as this character that there's Pick of Destiny, this pick that all these awesome musicians have been using, The Who, Eddie Van Halen, just everyone. And so they go to try and steal the pick so that they become legends and become famous, and so that they can pay their rent, because that's what they want.
I
And
didn't know
it-
Ben Stiller was in that.
Yeah, he's the there's a lot of people. John C. Reilly's in it. Ben Stiller's in it. Dave Grohl is in
Hell
it. He's the
yeah.
devil.
Grohl?
Grohl. I don't know.
Dave Grohl.
Grohl. I always thought it was Grohl.
Dave Grohl?
That's what they serve at prison.
Here's
Oh,
some
man.
Dave Grohl for you.
It has a bunch of people. It has more people that I'm forgetting. Tim Robbins. He's like a homeless, weird, Ozzy Osbourne kind of character.
Hell yeah.
Oh, right. I think I've only seen clips from that. I've never actually watched it, but I really want to watch it.
It's a great movie, and it's held up. The humor, it's like a mid-2000s movie, and a lot of humor in these movies is not holding up of the comedies that I loved from that time. But this one totally does. It's just funny. It's like a good cross of dick and butt jokes with like classic comedy of just situational comedy. You have cock push-ups, which is obviously the crass, and then you just have just like classic comedy where Tim Robbins' character has a cane and he's like, I'm gonna go gut you guys, and they're just standing there like he's like hobbling up to them, and they're just like, oh well, I mean, we can bail, and they run away. So it's just like it kind of has everything in terms of the comedic side, and then the music is just so good. It's like it's rock music, it's heavy rock in terms of the classic rock era. It's not like crazy death metal that you hear today when you think of heavy metal or heavy rock. I guess hard rock. Hard rock is what it's called. So Hard Rock Cafe, but it's definitely modern, more modern.
Do you get a shirt with it?
Yeah, with the city that you watched it in.
Hell yeah.
But the musical pieces in this are amazing, and it's bookended by 2 awesome songs. Kickapoo, which features Meatloaf and Dio, and it's just it sets up the movie so well, and it sounds so good and so full, and I love the sound of Jack Black's voice personally.
Yeah,
I love his range.
Doesn't Kickapoo have Meatloaf in it too?
Yeah, so Meatloaf and Dio are both in it, and so that's just awesome. And I guess one thing I did notice that while I was watching it, but that you pointed out, is the mixing. So most of the time the songs are they sound like studio songs, and they weren't mixed in the world very well. They do make some efforts, but for the most part, it sounds just like the the soundtrack you're gonna listen to online.
The recorded version.
Yeah.
Huh.
But damn, and then the final battle is so good, where they battle the devil. And if you're a Tenacious D fan or you've heard of Tribute, it's fun because the song Tribute is a tribute to the song they made that was so badass that defeated the devil in a rock off. So this movie ends with that rock off. So you kind of do get to hear what that song sounds like if you continue that narrative. But it's good. It's so
John,
good. Those 2 songs, I know every single lyric to those.
I was about to say, can you give us a taste? Give us the beginning of Beelzebub.
I mean, it's like a long ass fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo.
That's Kickapoo.
Yeah.
Beelzebub.
And then, Beelzebub? Oh, God. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It has such a good little melody where it's like, I'm the devil, I love metal. Just like such a simple rhyme scheme.
I am complete.
Yeah. And then they just go, fuck. And he's like, yes, you are fucked. Shit out of luck. I'm complete and my cock you will suck. This world will be mine. In your first in line. I don't know. It's just like
you know the song.
Oh, I know it. I'm not
say it like
a
Shakespearean sonnet.
Okay, so
doesn't sound like you want to sing it, but you should say it like a Shakespearean sonnet.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite things is they challenge him to a rock off, and the devil just is like fuck, like accented with guitars and stuff. He's like fuck, and then he just drops in this like pretty cool kind of hook where he's like fuck, the demon code prevents me from declining a rock off challenge.
Dude, you have to sing that.
No.
It hurts me to hear you say that when I know in your heart you want to sing. The demon code prevents me from declining a rock-off challenge. Come on, dude.
I really
By
want to
the
sing
end
along.
of this
I don't know
podcast,
this.
we're gonna get John
It's
to
so
sing
good,
something.
but so the movie came out. Jack Black wrote it. It was a labor of love, and it flopped, and it kind of crushed him, honestly. But it became a cult classic, and pretty much most people that listen to it love it. I mean, and the 2 bookend songs stick with you. They're so good. And I mean, Patrick, you need to watch it.
Yeah,
because I think you'd like it a lot. It's a great ride. It's still well made, and it has a kind of fun hokiness to it as well. Really charming humor. Again, like the comedies, I was really surprised on this viewing how well it held up and how much I liked it.
When did this movie come out? Did it come out in 2006?
No, it might have been sooner.
I think it was sooner because I remember kids in high school freshman year, which was 2000.
Oh, it is 2006.
Okay, yeah, because I remember.
So I must have seen it when it was new because I mean, it's like there's movies that you remember when you first watched it, and this is one of those. And I remember seeing the cover and I was like, I don't fucking care about Jack Black and Tenacious D because at that time I thought Jack Black was annoying, but this movie just completely flipped it. Like,
See, that's very funny because I had the reverse because I, in that period of my life, was like oppressively anti like metal music, and I thought this movie, and I was like, because I loved Jack Black, and I was like, oh, he's doing like I thought I was like, this is stupid. I don't like that Jack Black is doing this metal thing, and like now, I have not completely flipped, but it's like there's so much more to enjoy in things than like. Because I just closed myself off from so much music as like a, 15-year-old or 14-year-old? Like I closed myself off from so many things just because I was like, oh, this is metal, or oh, this is hard rock. I'm not about it. I don't like screaming. And it's like get out of here. Get out of your own butt, you 15-year-old.
Yeah, I did the same thing with like rap and hip hop.
See, I was
like,
we were like
I was such a fucking twat about it too. I was like, but like they're making the music with instruments. Like they're so much more talented. It's so much, you could appreciate it so much more. It's like, God, it's such a fucking bad, stupid take.
I know. Well, that's like the exact like the same take. They're just screaming. They're not even saying anything. We would have had such terrible arguments, me and you, John.
And then there was always the argument of like, just put a C in front of rap crap. Like it's just so stupid as God. Middle school is the like,
it was so many bad takes.
Like, yeah,
because I feel like I missed out on my opportunity to enjoy. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it because it sounds amazing, and it sounds like I would have loved it in middle school or freshman year of high school, whatever it was, and I robbed myself of that because of like just implicit bias against metal music, which is wrong.
Well, I guess that's part of like why this is my favorite musical because I don't like musicals. So I mean, I have that implicit bias with musicals more or less, but I've never not watched one at all. I don't know, but there is some cross pollination there on that point, and why I chose this.
I get that.
So he doesn't like musicals.
Yeah, so something like Newsies
his mind.
Was never on my radar and something I would have just not been interested in.
Also, the beauty of Jack Black's music, well, Tenacious D's music, is it's not just about, like, the style, it's the melodies of it, which was another thing I was going to talk about, is just, like, forget the genre, melody is key. Like, music is a universal language, and Tenacious D just has so many catchy melodies, and it just speaks, you know? We were talking about John Williams. Yeah. Like, his music speaks. You don't have to know what it's soundtracking. It speaks.
And it's the simplicity of that sort of stuff too that really like that, because like that stick with you. Like even with John Williams or with the stuff that I've heard, because I feel like I've heard a lot of the songs or seen music videos from Pick a Destiny have been like, haha, nice. What's that from? And I didn't know what it was from. And it's just like the simplicity of it where it's like it's just straight to the funny, the comedy, the thing that you like relate to and hit on.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish I wasn't such an ass in middle school.
Oh, dude, it's all good.
Yeah,
like
I think it will hold up. I mean, I'm sure you're not going to like it as much as I do, and I'm sure I've upsold it some, but I think you will like it because it is just good. It's good.
Dude, I was in John's boat, like hating rap just because it was like, oh, they're not singing. They don't have guitars in their hands. They're not drumming on a drum set. They're just talking over a beat. It's so bad.
That's
Fast
ironic.
forward 20 years later, I'm an actual rapper. Also, dude, Led Zeppelin came on shuffle on my phone in the car the other day, and I was like, what the fuck? I used to like Led Zeppelin. They suck. Hot take.
That's a hot
Here's
take.
our hot take.
I still hold on to my liking of them.
They, like, Whole Lot of Love starts off with like, hey, we got a good song. And then it ends with whoever the lead singer is. What's his name?
Robert Plant.
Jimmy Zeppelin.
No, Robert
Jimmy
Plant.
Robert Plant.
It's Jimmy
Robert
Page
Plant
is
is
the
the lead
guitarist.
singer. Jimmy, what's his last name?
Song
Jimmy,
just ends with him.
Page.
Jimmy Page.
Oh God. Oh, we
But
get
that's
it,
not-
dude.
That's not
We get it.
That's
Led
a
Zeppelin
popular
sucks.
Zeppelin song, but
think-
that's not like a popular. That's like there's way better songs. That's like
I think
I don't
a
know.
lot-
That's funny though, because like I
I
remember
disagree.
you pointing that song out to me.
Well,
You think- you think Whole Lotta Love's one of their best songs?
Starts good.
No. I think whole lot of. I mean, listen. I think that. I mean, the radio edit of the Whole Lot of Love would probably cut that bit out at the end that you're talking about. But I mean, I think that it's. I don't know. They write long pieces of music rather than like Ragnar is pissed.
We got dogs in here, but
Dude,
over
Ragnar
over the
agrees
hills
with me.
and
No,
over the
Ragnar's
hills and far
pissed
away
that
is
you're
one of my
fucking
favorite
talking-
songs.
Ragnar's like, don't fucking talk a shit about Led Zeppelin. That's my namesake.
I mean, yeah,
Probably wrote a
he-
song with Ragnar's name in it.
What's the? What's the? Oh God,
Moby Dick.
the immigrant song, and Thor
Dun, 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 dun.
and Ragnar.
Okay,
Norse
dude.
mythology.
Okay, Immigrant Song is dope. So is Kashmir.
To me,
Kashmir's
immigrant
dope.
song is
Okay.
like the "We Will Rock You" of Led Zeppelin.
Fuck. Okay, dude. So Led Zeppelin's made a couple good songs. My hot take is, I don't like when Jimmy.
You don't like "Whole Lot of
Zeppelin's-
Love"?
Well,
The funny thing is, I think they straight up plagiarize a lot of their lyrics from Tolkien,
Yeah.
which is it's pretty funny.
Well, they're like, and I think it's pretty funny too that Led Zeppelin. And sorry, John, to take away from Pick of Destiny, but I think it's pretty funny that like Led Zeppelin was just a bunch of nerds making rock music because all they were talking about is like magic and stuff, and then they got super famous as rock people on it. That's great.
and that's
They're the
beautiful.
original nerdcore.
And I love
when
that.
you think about it.
Yeah, they're
Whoa.
your forefathers, Christian. Show
Oh,
them
no,
some
dude,
respect.
I respect. Don't get me wrong. I respect.
some
Dude, I used
respect
to,
on
I
their
used to
name.
worship Led Zeppelin. I heard a song recently, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I used to like these guys. They have Moby Dick has a 45-minute drum solo.
Well, the guitar solo that comes after that orgasm section of "Whole Lot of Love" comes in so hard with such awesome energy, and it's earned because of the suspense that builds up to it. Like,
It's all about tension and easing tension
Yeah.
and building tension. It's storytelling.
because I'll agree, I hate that orgasm part, but it builds into that. Like, that's one of my favorite guitar solos. It just like it just comes in ready. You're ready for it. You're ready to move on from this. From hearing Robert Plant come, but I don't
Robert
I
Zeppelin.
didn't need that.
know. Robert Zeppelin and Jimmy Zeppelin.
Yeah.
The
Robert-
Zeppelin
They're
brothers.
brothers, the Zeppelin
the
brothers.
Zeppelin brothers.
But yeah, so why
John
this
Paul Zeppelin.
movie is my favorite? I think it was just at the time of my life where I was really into rock music, and it gave me a new kind of tone of rock music because I was very classic rock, and I guess some hard rock. So to listen to that from a new, fresh kind of voice was really fun. I really like Jack Black's voice, and the notes he can hit. His range is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And it was just fun because the music was so clear. The lyricism and the melodies were just clear. Like it told a story very clearly, and that's more something on me where I listen to. When I listen to songs, I don't really understand the lyrics. To me, it's an instrument, and I just hear the notes
Okay.
that they're singing. So with musicals and some things like that, it's hard for me to comprehend the story and what's being said. So something with like Pick a Destiny, or I don't process it that way with this song or Jack Black's voice. Same thing with Eminem. Eminem's the one that I don't listen to melodically. I just listen. I do understand what he's saying, but that's just a me thing. So, but I think that's why that movie stuck out to me as well. And it's just funny. I always love acid trip scenes and things.
Mm-hmm.
I just love those, and I think they're awesome. And it has one of the best cutaways where he's going down the Strawberry River with his Sasquatch buddy, who's John C. Reilly, and it's like all fun. And there's like weird like Nick Jr. music playing,
Hell yeah.
and then it cuts to him going down like a crazy ass river at night, just like going down waterfalls. It's just good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to watch that movie.
But I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So
Okay.
similarly to Christian's 8 out of 10. And actually, I give it 4 out of 5 picks of Destinies.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say strings.
Keeping it thematic.
Shoot. Missed opportunity.
It's okay. It's okay.
So Patrick,
So now
what was your musical?
my musical, which is like also kind of like, I guess it's people. There's like, I chose La La Land, because I'm basic and I don't care and I love it. But I guess that's like sort of like the discussion on the definition of what a musical is or what a movie musical is. There's been people, like, I know that there were people on my timeline who are like, especially people in theater that I know, who were like, this isn't a musical, it's a movie.
I'm sure they'd say the same thing about Tenacious D too. So that would mean that I was thinking about that as well.
But sort of the synopsis of La La Land is, it's sort of two pretty white people in Los Angeles go through figuring out how to follow their dreams and whether or not they can stay together while they're following their dreams. And LA and Hollywood, old Hollywood, play a big factor in it, in a lot of the stuff. And LA is not kind, doesn't give a shit about you. So I first saw this movie like Christmas when it came out, and I was excited, but I honestly didn't know what to expect. And I love this movie unabashedly, and because I think it hits me right in the heart, because I am both of those people personally. I am both Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling simultaneously. And
I'm Aragorn and Legolas simultaneously.
Yeah, I feel you, dude.
Thanks.
And it's like, I think one of the reasons that this movie gets me so hard is, like, as a lover of musicals and a lover of movies, it really checks a lot of the boxes. Where it's like, I've already said, it's like I don't really like when musicals are translated into film, because you lose a lot of that like energy, and the movement of it is sort of lost. Like, it doesn't. It like La La Land is not a realistic musical set in a film world like Les Miserables, and it's not a musical for the sake of like having music in order to like be a musical. The way that I feel like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is a lot of the ways. I don't know if either guys have seen that show, but I
have not.
It's all right. It's got a really rabid fan base, so I don't want to bash it, but I don't love it, but it is funny. But I mean, again, like I said, like a lot of the people that I know that are theater people, they like hated it, that people classified it as a musical. I mean, because they're right. It's not a musical, and I've got air quotes around that. But it's like a movie musical. It's a movie that is a musical. It like takes both parts of those things and lets them grow and change. Like, it lets them morph into each other. You know, they originally. Go ahead.
I love the callbacks to like the I guess what do you call them? The golden age musicals with like dancing and the big wide shots. I personally agree with you, Patrick. I loved La La Land. When it came out and people were like shitting on it, I was like, dude, this movie is like, it's hot take number 2 from Christian. It's kind of objectively good. It's just such
get what
good
there is
movie.
to hate, unless you're just being that snob that's like, oh, it's not a real musical. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get what there is to not like. It's just a good movie, and you can like it a lot, or you can not. I guess you can not like it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I guess like I don't understand. I don't know what they're reaching for.
Like, I
don't think this movie has any decisions, or is told in a way, or has anything in it that should evoke a strong negative response, at least. Like, I get not liking it and not being for you, but I don't understand, again, the strong opinions and negativity that people had around it. It blew my
Well-
mind because when I had watched it after I kind of that stuff swirled around, and I was like, oh, it's a fine picture.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I liked
And
it a
I
lot.
think it's just a good movie, and I think that's one of the things is trying to classify things,
Like whether it's a musical or not.
Yeah, and it's like no, I think personally it translates, like it takes what the experience is of theater, of going and have that that movement and those colors, because that's not something that you see in a lot of movies, is having those like striking bright colors. Even the scene with Emma Stone and her friends dancing, it's like they're in like such distinct colors, and that's one of the things that I feel like makes it great. And they do a really good job of grounding the dialogue so that it's like, it feels real and they feel like real people, but heightening the world in the way that they do in musicals on the stage, because that's what you have to do in order to get your point across. And I feel like, to me, La La Land takes what's on the stage and translates it into film. So you're able to do all the things. You're able to do all the things that you would do on stage if you didn't have any limitations. Like you would do a crane shot. You would take the audience up and show Emma and Ryan rising up through the air, and you would have them among the stars. And you can do that on stage with like lighting and stuff, but you can't, pump the music into the audience's ears. Like that's one of the things about this movie, is the music is so woven in. It's its own character. I mean, we've talked about that with all of the musicals that we've talked about, is like the sound mixing and how it is, and like the simplicity of the theme in La La Land just drives through the whole movie, and it is beautiful, and I love it. It's campy and it's true to the characters. It's like a beautiful fairy tale. That being said,
Yeah.
I also understand, like, it's a little bit saccharine. Everything, there's a lot of moments and people get tired of moments, but it's like, that's not the movie that you're watching. You're watching a fairy tale that's like a bunch of paintings. You're not watching Blue Valentine. I'm just thinking of that because of Ryan Gosling, but you're not watching a portrait where it's like things don't always add up right and you accidentally find moments. These are moments that it's the stage on screen, and I love it.
Yeah, I think
I concur.
I really like the fairy tale dream kind of romanticization of Hollywood in film. I like even watching just classic kind of studio era Hollywood. There's such a, I don't know what it's so idealistic, I guess.
Yeah.
And it is a fairy tale, but it's in our world, so it has that groundedness. And then obviously then you have Hollywood, which is flashy and affluent and bougie and nice and comforting and comfortable. It's what the studio Hollywood American dream, I don't know what you want to call it, is attractive, And so even like a film like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is just a fun ride. And it didn't feel like a long movie to me. It didn't feel like it dragged on. It didn't feel like I had to wait out 2.5 hours for the payoff at the end. And I got that from this. Like, it's just fun to go through and put yourself in that world, this idealistic world of it all works out. But that's also where this movie gets really interesting, is that it plays with that.
Yeah.
Or it's presented in that fairy tale way, but it also has the reality of some of the negative cliches of Hollywood, where dreams don't come true, or sacrificing, or the cutthroat nature of it, or, whatever.
It plays with
So
your
it's pretty
expectations
interesting.
really well.
The ending is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, it ends with Ryan Gosling playing a beautiful song dedicated to Emma Stone. And then out of nowhere, in the middle of this song, it goes, dun 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 dun. And then he flashes out of the song, and he is John Connor, and he is in the future.
Yep.
100 years later, and there's Terminators shooting everybody. It's LA. It's a decrepit wasteland. There's monsters, aliens. Earth is destroyed. It's nuclear fallout everywhere. Dun, 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 dun. And
He snatches Emma Stone up and throws her over his motorcycle, says, "Come with me if you want to live."
Yep, and then he rides off into the sunset. And
And they go to Paris together.
That's how I pictured.
Did you
the
not
movie
get that
ending.
cut? Did you not get that cut of it, Sean?
That's the
my favorite
director's
cut.
No, I missed that one.
No, but
I like how
in
the
all
opening
honesty,
has all the cars.
the ending of that movie is
Oh, yeah.
so bleak and so sad.
But it's so real too, which
Yeah.
is funny. For again, it brings back that fairy tale, or brings that fairy tale back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. In such a nice way. I don't know. The movie really just balances it well.
Yep.
And I guess it makes that reality, that result, that their love wasn't meant to be, or whatever, even like more gut wrenching, because it's also probably relatable to a lot of people, or just it's contrasted with the fairy tale that the movie has, the way it's presented.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I think it does a really good job.
It plays with your expectations a whole lot. Like and I think part of it too is like you want them to end up together, and that's why that ending that Christian's talking about, the second one, not the director's
The
cut
real
version.
one, not the Terminator one.
Yeah. But that's why it like hits, because you're like, oh, that would be so perfect that that's how it happened. And I think it's like, again, like real life, where, you know, that might be the ending that you want, but that's not the best ending for the characters. And, you know, it kind of goes back to the theory. It's like, there's a reason we're seeing this moment, is because it's what defines those characters and sets up their best part, or like have them confront the thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, I remember the first time I saw it, I honestly got swooped up in Ryan Gosling's like vision where he's with her. It took me so long to realize, oh wait, he's just, this is not real. This is not, like, I got swooped up in the La La Land. And I
So
thought
do you think that
like,
that's Ryan
maybe
Gosling's
I'm-
vision?
You know, maybe I'm a basic bitch viewer or whatever, but I got swooped up and I loved it. And it, like, I realized it before it was over, but I was like, oh shit, this is totally not going to be real. And then it hits, and it's like, shit, that's
Yeah.
life, dude.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Come with me if you want to live.
Come with me. But yeah, I just, you know, I love this movie. You know, I would like to say too, auditions suck for everyone. It's a dehumanizing process, like for the people holding the auditions as well. You know, because they see millions and millions of people, and I think that it's important for any actor out there. Again, I'm throwing acting tips out, but for any actor out there to get on the other side of the table at some point and like try and cast something. Try and cast something, because it sucks. Because you want the next person to come in to bring you the best, coolest thing, and that you want them to fill the role. But you know, sometimes they don't, and it's not personal.
Yeah. I've cast a few things. One of it's the production we met on, and it's I don't know.
Feels-
It's not for me.
Feels
It's
weird.
just like people are coming in here very vulnerable, putting themselves out there in front of strangers,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's not good, or sometimes it's great. I don't know. It's just like it's really complex, and you're essentially breaking down these people into cattle
Mm-hmm.
that fit your needs best.
And you just like look at them and you're like, oh, okay, you have the right look. And then if they open their mouth and it's like, oh, your voice isn't how I pictured it. No. And it's like, unfortunately, sometimes that's all it is. That sounds terrible. And I hated that came out of my mouth.
No,
Like
no, dude, I 100% agree with you. Because I was thinking about that with Christian Bale in Newsies. He's not going back to what I was saying, he's not the greatest singer, he's not the greatest dancer, but he just has this it factor that you can't pin down. And you might be the most beautiful person on planet Earth, but if you don't
Best
have
dancer.
that it, you need it. You need it.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Don't feel bad, dude. That
Yeah.
is,
It's
and that's
not personal.
yeah, it's not.
But
It's also like, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Like if you realize it's not going to happen, then do you just let it play out and save their self-esteem, or do you just move along and cut everyone's losses and save everyone's time.
Yeah.
Even in that specific scenario.
I mean, because
I'm sad talking about this love not coming and people putting themselves out there and their dreams not coming true. I'm sad.
Yeah.
it's bringing me down.
Well, all right. So the music in La La Land is so good. It's so simple, and I love like the naturalistic singing and them having them singing all the stuff live. Like it made me feel good because I felt like I'm sure that they probably recorded it, but like having it be them and not having it be like a situation where they have someone sing for Ryan Gosling or Emma Stone. Not that Emma Stone needs it. She was on Broadway. She was in a cabaret. But like, I don't know, man. The music is so good in this. The musical themes are so simple and it's so consistent and it reminds you of it every time.
It's very classical.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Ryan Gosling sing?
I mean, in this movie, yeah.
Have you heard him? Have you seen him dance? Have you seen that video of him when he was like 7 years old and he's dancing at like a talent show?
He's better than Justin Timberlake, bro.
Dude, he is. He could have been the lead singer. Fun fact, Ryan Gosling was going to be Nick Carter's place in the Backstreet Boys, but they got his phone number wrong. And I know this because my wife loves Ryan Gosling and loves the Backstreet Boys.
I love Ryan Gosling.
Oh, who wouldn't? You're not human if you don't love Ryan Gosling. But he was going to take the 5th place in the Backstreet Boys, and they got his phone number wrong, so they didn't get a call back from him, or they didn't get a response from him, and he didn't end up taking the part, and Nick Carter did, which it worked out. My wife likes to say they both got famous. They both ended up, it worked out for both of them.
And so did Nick Carter.
I'd say
or no, not Nick, sorry, Aaron Carter. And so did Aaron Carter.
Oof, that's a
Aaron
whole thing.
Carter, yeah.
I would say it's probably for the best for Ryan Gosling, because if he had been a Backstreet Boy, like, I don't know, man. He's, and I have this in my notes, is like, I feel bad for him because he is so good looking, because he's such a good actor that I feel like maybe he doesn't get the chance to do like some of the acting stuff that I feel like he could do, because he's just too good looking.
He's so, dude, I'm a straight man. I'm very comfortable with my sexuality. But if I was walking down the street and Ryan Gosling just smirked at me, just like did that little, you know, that Ryan Gosling, like that little smirk he does?
I'm picturing it right now. My eyes are closed.
I would have to, I think I would be walking bent over.
What if he's walking with James Marsden?
Hey, dude, fuck me. Just keep walking around.
Well, no, I mean, I would have a boner, so I'd be like walking bent over to hide my boner.
I don't know why I interpreted it that way.
My pants aren't down.
That's how I
John.
interpreted it. That's how I interpreted it. Be like, excuse me.
Get your mind out of the gutter, guys.
You're just trying to hide your boner. I'm sorry.
I'm hiding my boner.
I thought you were presenting your wares
are also
to
down.
him. I thought you were presenting your wares to him, like excuse
Yeah,
me,
so
sir.
we both
Here is
took
my
it that
buttock.
way.
Here is my butt. Could you please? Could you
Thinking about
please
what I
assess
just
my
said,
butt?
that actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, like when I hear bend over and you're obviously going towards a sexual reference, I don't think bending over to hide my boner.
I did not think that. I did not think.
Usually
that.
the waistband is the boner shorthand.
Or you're like, oh, there's something on this wall, and you just press yourself really close to the wall, and like, just like, oh, just scrubbing this wall. Got it. Just this, nothing to see here. Just me scrubbing this wall.
And then Ryan Gosling would turn around and be like, "What do you want? What do you want?"
No, he would come up real close to you, and he would get behind you and be like, "There's nothing on this wall," and he'd turn you around and be like, "Why are you hiding from me?"
Oh God, dude. Whew. That's going in the spank tank. Again, I'm straight and I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
I'm watching the clip of when she's dancing with her friends, and like that whole sequence is so good and so fluid.
They moved the camera movement.
But when the girls break it to start running to their car in their high heels, I'm just focusing on it, like all the grace is out the window because it's just an impossible.
I love
very
it.
hard task.
I love that section. I started like And again, I don't know. I just start maybe there's something wrong with me, but I get a little misty eyed when I hear that music, and it like swells and grows, and there's so much that can be said without sounds, with music and movement. Like without words. There's so much that can be said with music and movement. And like, it doesn't even have to be that fancy. Like, a lot of the dancing is dancing that I could maybe do or have done in the past, where it's like, it's simple, but when coupled with the music, it's Ryan Gosling.
Amen.
It's the magic. It's all the pieces coming together.
Oh. It's magic.
It's magic.
You know.
So, what would you give?
Fe.
So that's what they call a family.
Mother.
What would you give this, Patrick? Out of
I'm gonna give it 4.75. Tap dances. Damn, that's what Christian did.
what's his name did?
That's what's his name did. I'm sorry.
How about
I'm gonna give it 4.75 piano key ties out of 5.
Nice. Cool. See, that's the okay. Yeah. Breaking it down there.
Yeah. I got percentages.
This did make me want to rewatch this movie.
Good. Watch it again.
I do like movies that can feel like, when you look back on it, like you were in like some kind of transitive state, if that makes sense, or like you were truly in a different place.
Yeah. I really like this
Deliver
movie.
that to me. Well, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we are going to watch Attack the Block, starring John Boyega of Pacific Rim 2 Uprising fame.
Oh yeah, love that picture.
Slash one of my favorite Star Wars cast members, new Star Wars cast members. And we're going to watch that sweet movie, which is Attack the Block again. Saying it like I'm leaving a voicemail message. Yeah, we're going to watch Attack the Block. Once again, my number is Attack the Block next week.
It's a great movie. I think I'm the only one that's seen it out of us. And it's definitely a movie I feel like a lot of people don't know about.
And they should.
A lot of people know who John Boyega is, and I don't know if it was his first film, but it's definitely early on. So I definitely recommend you guys all watch it and join us next week.
Hit us up on Twitter at Stinky_podcast and tell us what you think.
We're just Stinky Podcast now. We got it back.
Oh, well, sorry. Hit us. I have to change the tag.
But it's all a mess. But just
you'll
find us if you type in Stinky Podcast.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hit us at Stinky Podcast and tell us what you think that we should watch next. Like, rate our takes on things. Tell us why we were wrong or why we were great, why you agreed with us. Pitch us your movie. Tell us your favorite movie.
Leave a review. 5-star rating. Only 5-star rating.
Only 5-star.
On good old iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever they call it now.
5-star rates.
We only accept the 5-star ratings, and we're not ending this podcast until John sings something.
Until John
Take it away, John.
I don't know. I can't be put on the spot. That's just I can't be put on the spot.
What's a song that you know, John, that you like to sing?
Come out, Virginia. Don't let it wait.
Come out,
Catholic
Virginia.
girls
Don't
wait.
let me wait. Catholic girls stop
much too late. But sooner or later it comes down to fate.
Might as well tell someone.
Yeah. So there you go. There's some Billy Joel.
He did.
I don't know why that just popped in my head.
Demonetized immediately. Billy Joel's coming after us. Well, as they say in Santa Fe, Santa Fe!
Wait.
You cut out, but I think it probably is fun on your end. All we heard was Santa.
Yeah, I just heard Santa, and it sounded like he was about to belt, and then it cut. Wait, Patrick, are you there?
I'm still here. I fell.
Wait, really?
I leaned back and I fell too far. I'm okay.